Hey everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Franchise AI Radio, where we explore how artificial intelligence is transforming the way franchise brands grow, scale, and lead. I'm your host, Gemma, and today's episode is especially exciting because we're breaking down something every franchisor needs to understand: the 5 stages of AI adoption. Whether you're just dipping your toes into automation or already knee-deep in experimentation, today's conversation is going to give you a roadmap for making smarter, more strategic moves with AI. And of course, I'm not diving into this alone. I'm joined by our AI strategist and co-host, Rob Gandley. Rob's been on the front lines of AI in franchising, helping brands turn curiosity into capability and systems into scale. Rob, so glad to have you here. So let's dive in. Stage 1 of AI adoption in franchising: curiosity. It's kind of where everyone starts, right?
Exactly. At this stage, people are basically poking around asking, what is this AI thing and do I really need it? It's curiosity in its purest form. Like, no pressure to commit yet, just exploring.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where misconceptions start creeping in too. Like, AI is only for big companies, or it's going to cost a fortune to implement.
Totally. And it's funny because a lot of those myths are just, well, flat out inaccurate. Here's the deal. AI isn't some massive skyscraper you have to build overnight. It's more like taking small steps, like learning a skill. You don't need $1 billion budget to get started.
Right, and from curiosity, we move into that second stage, experimentation. And this is where things can get messy.
Messy? Yes. This is where people start bringing tools into their workflows. A chatbot here, maybe some email automation there. And they're like dabbling, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Like testing 100 tools, then getting stuck because nothing's connected and everything's half used.
Exactly. This is where franchisors often get stuck. They're in what I call shiny object mode, just trying out new tools without a clear strategy. The main problem, they're not aligning these tools with their actual business goals.
So what's the key to getting unstuck?
It's all about asking what's the one problem I really need AI to help me solve. Starting from there helps narrow things down. And once you identify that, you can move into stage 3, integration.
Now this is where it gets exciting.
For sure. Stage 3 is the turning point. It's where we stop thinking of AI as just a tool and start seeing it, honestly, as part of the team.
Wait, like AI as a team member? What does that even look like?
It's about embedding AI into your daily workflows. For example, let's say you're doing lead generation. Instead of manually sorting through hundreds of leads, AI can triage them for you, sort, qualify, score, whatever. You still make the final call, but AI does the heavy lifting.
So it's kind of like when you're climbing a mountain and you've got tools to help with the load, like a really good pack. It takes some weight off your shoulders, but you're still controlling the climb.
Exactly. And just like climbing, there's patience and planning involved. You can't just strap AI into your business and expect everything to magically work. You have to integrate it step by step, smoothly, strategically.
Makes sense. And I imagine the mindset shift here is huge.
It is. Once businesses realize that AI isn't replacing them but enhancing what they do, that's when the real transformation begins.
So once businesses hit that transformation point, it's time for stage 4, AI enablement. I've got to say, the word enablement kind of makes it sound like a superpower. What's the real magic of this stage?
Well, it's less about magic and more about momentum. At this stage, AI stops being a standalone tool and starts functioning as an integrated part of your team, working alongside people to amplify their strengths.
Okay, but what does that actually look like in practice?
Great question. Picture this. You've got tools in place that don't just automate tasks, but actually collaborate with your team. For example, let's say one of your franchise locations struggles with customer service bottlenecks. AI can step in, predict peak times, and even suggest real-time responses for customer inquiries.
So it's not just helping, it's anticipating what's needed?
Exactly. It's about creating synergy between technology and humans. And here's the key: it doesn't replace your team, it makes their lives easier, freeing them up to focus on the high touch parts of the customer experience.
Love that. But I imagine getting there isn't always smooth sailing, right?
Definitely not. There are barriers always. For example, sometimes there's resistance from teams who don't trust AI or worry about their jobs being replaced, or maybe the tools themselves don't align with the workflows. That's why identifying friction points is so critical in this stage.
So, how do you even start uncovering those barriers?
It starts with an honest evaluation. Tools like AI assessments can really help pinpoint where things are breaking down. There's a great one we use that walks businesses through common bottlenecks. They answer some questions and it highlights opportunities for improvement. It's a game changer.
That sounds super useful. And once the barriers are clear, what's next?
And from there, it's all about setting clear, attainable goals. Yeah, and a lot of franchisors think they need to jump to perfection overnight, but really it's about progress, taking one step at a time. I always recommend setting a quarterly AI goal, something like integrating one tool into one specific process. It's manageable and keeps the momentum going.
So, kind of like planning a workshop for your team to map out those first steps?
Exactly. A workshop can help align everyone on what's happening and why. When teams understand AI's role and see the benefits, they're way more likely to embrace it. And honestly, the best results come from gradual strategic adoption.
Right. No need to rush. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, once you get that flywheel turning in stage 4, you're building a foundation for systemization, which is where the real growth happens.
All right, Rob, you mentioned that once the flywheel starts turning, we're moving towards systemization. So, what exactly does that mean? How does a business even know it's fully in this stage?
Systemization is the finish line. It's when AI has become fully embedded in all the key processes of a business. We're talking end-to-end integration, sales, marketing, operations, customer service, all of it working seamlessly together with AI tools to support and scale.
Wow, okay. So basically AI at this point becomes part of the company's DNA?
Exactly. And that's when the magic really happens. You've got teams seeing AI not as an outsider, but as a collaborative partner. It's like when different pieces of a franchise's puzzle, data, workflows, communication, they all snap into place.
Sounds kind of like having a synchronized climbing team where everyone's in rhythm and the tools are just no friction, no wasted effort.
Yes, totally. And the benefits are huge. Consistent performance, faster decision making, and all kinds of scalability. But I'll admit, it's not easy getting here. Full systemization has its challenges.
What kind of challenges? Like what tends to hold companies back from hitting this stage?
Well, for one, maintaining this level of integration requires constant fine tuning. It's not a set it and forget it situation. The tech landscape is constantly evolving and businesses have to adapt. Plus, there's always the risk of over-reliance on AI without keeping the human element intact.
So you're saying it's a balance, keeping AI in sync with people, not replacing them?
Exactly. AI should enhance, not replace. And the most innovative franchisors we see, they're the ones who focus on creating systems that are not just efficient, but also flexible. They allow human creativity to thrive. That's the real win here.
Okay, so for our listeners, how do they start moving toward this stage? What's, a practical first step?
It starts with reflection. Take a step back and really assess where your business is in the adoption journey. Tools like that free AI opportunity assessment over at franchisenow.ai. They're designed to help businesses figure out where they stand and outline a path forward.
That's super actionable. And I feel like there's something really empowering about that. Recognizing where you are and just taking one step at a time.
Yeah, because honestly, most people get stuck thinking they have to do it all overnight. But systemization is a journey. It's about progress, not perfection.
Love it. All right, Rob. If you had to leave our listeners with one last piece of advice, what would it be?
Just don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. AI adoption is about small, incremental wins that build over time. Figure out what stage you're in, set one clear goal, and follow through. Progress beats perfection every single time.
I love that. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the 5 stages of AI adoption in franchising. Rob, it's been awesome chatting with you.
Same here, Gemma. And to everyone listening, take that next step, small or big, and keep building. You've got this. See you next time.